Imagine a game that blends the emotional depth of Mass Effect with the cinematic scope of Interstellar. In their October Q&A, the Archetype Entertainment devs opened up more fully about what they're planning for Exodus, the branching choices in the game, the worlds shaped by the player's actions, and a story that explores humanity's fight for survival far from anything that we're familiar with. I was out of town, so I'm a little late talking about this, but since this is one of the very few games I'm very hyped about, I want to talk about what the devs revealed and why this could be a really great sci-fi epic. What if you left home for just a few months and came back to find 100 years had passed? That is the emotional heart of Exodus. And in their October developer Q&A, the team finally pulls back the curtain a little on how they're building that world of time, loss, and legacy. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I just haven't had very many things I've wanted to say on camera and not very many games I'm excited about, but this is one. I'm really excited about this game. I'm having a hard time waiting till the hopefully 2026 release. This game and The Expanse are kind of top of my list right now, and so I'd like to talk about this Q&A that just came out in October from the devs. If you've been following this game, you know it's shaping up to be one of the most talked about new sci-fi RPGs in development. This new Q&A that just came out gives us one of the best looks we've had so far of this new sci-fi RPG, from where it's headed in terms of story, world building, combat, exploration, and that really fascinating concept of time and time dilation. So let's take a look at it. As you probably already know, Exodus comes from Archetype Entertainment. That's a studio founded by the OG BioWare veterans who worked on Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and Knights of the Old Republic. That heritage alone has set the expectations pretty high. The October Founders Q&A, which featured Archetype's general manager Chad Robertson and game director Chris King, covered a lot of new details. They talked about creative direction, what makes this world different, and how player choices will ripple across time, along with a lot of interesting concepts about time itself. So let's talk about the story first, because that's really where Exodus finds its identity. The game takes place far, far in humanity's future, long, long after Earth has fallen. Humanity is scattered among the stars, and they're surviving on the edges of civilizations ruled by ancient, godlike beings called the Celestials. Now, you may know from previous videos or doing your own reading that the Celestials were once human, but they have evolved tens of thousands of years beyond the humans to really almost a completely different species. You yourself will play as June Aslan, who is a salvager and an explorer, and June is known as a traveler who recover alien technology known as remnants. These remnants are artifacts that hold incredible power and possibly the key to human survival. But there's a catch. Because of the way interstellar travel works, time moves differently for you when you're a traveler. Months might pass for the traveler, but decades or even centuries will go by back home. So that means when you return home, everything and everyone may have changed. It's kind of a very emotional hook that the devs say drive both the gameplay and the story. The devs were pretty open about their influences. Yes, Mass Effect DNA is all over this game. Yay! Especially in its focus on character-driven storytelling, but they also mention Horizon Zero Dawn for tactical combat and Metroid Prime for exploration and atmosphere. They want Exodus to feel isolating but empowering, that mix of danger and discovery that you get when you land on a really strange and alien world. They describe it as a player-driven RPG built around consequences, and in this case, those consequences can literally echo across centuries. Combat in Exodus is not about constant gunfire. It's about strategy. You'll use a mix of human-made weapons and alien remnant tech that can manipulate energy, gravity, and even time itself. It's not a horde mode. Enemies won't just rush you. They'll have their own intelligence and tactics, which means you'll need to adapt your approach constantly. Think precision and planning over spray and pray. The devs also hinted at modular weapons and upgradable gear, but it sounds like the biggest challenge will be learning how to harness the alien technology without losing control of it. Also, stealth got a real spotlight this time. You can sneak, distract, or hack, or you can go in loud if you prefer. But it's exploration that really defines the Exodus experience. The devs compared it, as I said, to Metroid Prime: atmospheric, lonely, immersive. You're encouraged to take your time, to scan, and to uncover the hidden logic of these alien worlds. And that time dilation mechanic that's been mentioned so often, it is not just story dressing, it's an intricate part of the gameplay. So imagine finishing a mission and returning to find entire generations have passed since you left. So your choices will shape what kind of future you're going to come home to. June Aslan might have a defined past, kind of like Shepard did, but your actions will determine who June becomes. The devs emphasize that Exodus is built on moral complexity. There's no clean-cut good or evil. Side quests are not filler either. They're crafted to expand the central theme of time's passing. The team even compared their side quest design to The Witcher. I should say The Witcher 3. Compact, but emotionally weighty, sometimes with outcomes that linger longer than the main story itself. There's no release date yet. Boo, but the devs are encouraging us to wishlist it, which usually, hopefully, means more content information is coming soon, I hope. So with this much detail in the Q&A, I'm really hopeful that an actual trailer is going to be coming before the end of the year. So here's my takeaway. Exodus is trying to tell a story about what we gain when we reach for the stars, but also what we lose and what it costs to keep going after those pursuits. If Archetype can pull off that balance between emotion, exploration, and choice, I think this could be a really special RPG. I'm definitely going to be watching for the next upgrade. When it drops, I'll try to get right into it. I know I'm not doing a lot of videos anymore because I'm just not hyped about a lot of games that are out right now. Thanks for watching, and if you spotted any details in the Q&A that I didn't mention, then let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear about them. This is a game I'm, as I've repeatedly said, super excited about. And if you have any other games besides Exodus and Expanse that are along these lines that you know about that maybe I haven't heard of, I'd love it if you'd let me know because I'm feeling a little bit of a dearth of games that are kind of interesting me right now, and I could use some suggestions. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.